Hi students, we're going to talk through how to get started with your research paper. Now, one of the suggested topics that our book had was human migration and the causes of human migration, I believe. So most students probably just go to Google and type in causes of human migration. And we get a search result that looks something like this. Now, most people would probably go straight to Wikipedia if you go right here. And for our class, you are allowed to use Wikipedia, but only as background information. So that means that if we click on this article, you can read it, but you cannot cite it in your research paper. You could also read from Khan Academy here, which is for school. However, it would give you some background information. And look, here we have Cambridge.org. It looks like they have a book that you could buy if you're interested in that. But let's try Wikipedia just because generally students start there. What do you do when you have a Wikipedia article? Well, you can read it for background information, but you also want to be looking for what are some of the key terms related to this. And if you look in the introduction here, it says there are four main or major forms of migration: invasion, conquest, colonization, and emigration/immigration. You already know some key terms. Here we have forced displacement, internally displaced, and asylum seeker. But what I really want to do is go down to the reference section, because in the reference section, you can find articles that are what we call scholarly. Scholarly are written by those who are experts in the field. And you can scan through it. They have a lot of them, and some of them are scholarly and some of them are not. But we don't know very much about migration yet if we're just starting our research. So you kind of want to find something that gives you a background. So here's one. It looks like Number 27, it says Migration, an overview on terminology, causes, and effects, which sounds really good because we need an overview. So I'm going to open this one. And here we go. It's written by this lady. She works at this university here. And it even has the whole text for us. All right. And we can read the text, and we are learning how to take notes in our class, so I would encourage you to read the text and take notes. Before you decide if you really want to read the whole text, let me give you a little bit of a hint. You always want to read the abstract. The abstract is the summary of the article, and if that really is going to help you, then you might want to think about reading more, and then you want to read the introduction. And the introduction might tell you if this is an important article for you or not. After the introduction, I would recommend going all the way down to the conclusion, because this is a long article to read, and if you don't want to waste your time, so read the abstract, the introduction, and the conclusion. And then, if it seems like it's really going to be helpful for you, then go back and take detailed notes. But I want to draw your attention to the references again. Now, when you're doing research, it's like you're being a detective. And part of the detective work is looking through the references to see if there's anything else that would be helpful for you in this article. So we're going to look through here and see, well, maybe there's something interesting that we can find. And I would encourage you to, look through any reference list of an article and see if there's something else that seems that draws your attention. And we will stop here and we'll pick it up in the next video about what to do from this reference list. But just to review, you can use Wikipedia to start, but you cannot cite it, and then follow the reference list. Look for articles that might be helpful for you, read the abstract, the introduction, and the conclusion, and then take notes if you want to read the entire article in detail.